Hello everyone. In this lecture we will learn about ID and class. So ID is a unique identifier and class is used to group the elements. So let's see one example. Here I'll create some elements, tags, heading 1, heading 2, and a paragraph. Let's copy this. Okay. Now I'll open this in a browser. So you can see all the tags. Now if I write the rule for this H1, let's write a rule and see the common issue here. I'll say change the color. Let's change to red. So H1 color is red. Open the browser and see all the elements, all the H1 tag is changed to red color. But what if I want to modify only one element, this one? Or I want to apply the rule, same rule for this H2 or this para and this one. So let's understand this, how to do that. We can create an ID, and ID is a unique identifier. So how to create an ID? Go to HTML tag. Inside here we can write ID. Then we can specify the name. Let's give here HID. You can give any name here, but it should be unique. Now instead of writing the rule for these HTML tags, we can write the rule for these tags. So tag start with hash symbol, then name of the tag. So hash HID, so you can see here. Now I'll save. This rule will be applied only for one element. Now you can see here, only one element. Remember, ID is unique. So if I have to add one more ID here, I should not specify the same name here. So let's change it. I'll give here HID1. Now if I have to write the rule for this ID, I can write here HID1 and then write the rule here. Let's change the background color. Save it, refresh and see. So this way we can identify, add the ID and write the rule. Sometimes we need to group the elements. So how to group the element? With the help of class it is possible. For example, this heading, so let's create first class. So class I can give any name. Let's give here CLS1. Now this H1 and this paragraph, here also same class. So I'll put inside one group. These three H1, para, H2, and let's add one more here, this H1. These four elements, four tags are in one group, that is a CLS1. Now we can write the rule here for the class. So how to write? It starts with dot operator and then name of the class. So name of the class is CLS1. Here we can write the properties that will be the common for all the elements. For example, here I'll write font style, overline, not overline, font style, italic, and I'll change the color to blue. Save it, refresh and see. These four elements are in one group. So this way we can group the elements with the help of class. And if I have to add a rule only for one element, we can use ID. In one HTML tag we can have multiple classes. So let's add one more class here. Let's call it CLS2. Class always start from dot operator, you can see here. Now let's write a rule here. I'll put a border. So border, I want 5 pixel, and let's give some other style here, or maybe instead of 5 I can give here 35. Now this is a class and I can apply the class for any element. Let's add a class here. This time it is CLS2. So how to add multiple classes? For example, in this H1, so you can give here space and then write the name of the class. So one HTML tag can have more than one class. Let's save it, refresh, and see the rule here. So this is a border, 35 pixel, and this element, okay, only 2 elements, 2 tags having this class. In one HTML tag we can have ID as well as class. So I'll create one more ID here. Let's give here HID 3. It should be unique. Now let's write the rule for this ID. Now what I'll do, once you hover on this, then I'll change the background color. So what we can do, colon, and then hover. Hover means when mouse will go on that particular element. So what it should do, it should change the color. Background color yellow, and border I'll change to 2 pixel solid. So let's test this, refresh. Now once I hover here, you can see once you hover, the background color is changed and border is also changed, 2 pixel and solid. But if you see, these rules are not applied to another element because I am using here ID. So important point here to understand, we can have ID and we can have multiple classes. Let's see one website. Now here let's check this element, select it, inspect, and we want to find out what are the classes and ID it is using. Now see here, this is a H1, H3. I'll just go. It's inside this div, and see the div class here. WPB underscore wrapper. This is the name of the class, and this div is inside another div, and see here the class. There are 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 classes here. One more class here is inside another div. So element, usually most of the element will be applied with the class. Here all these HTML tags, you'll find classes or IDs. And you can see whenever we over here, it will highlight that HTML part here. See here, it will highlight this. For example, here if I click here, this one, see, it will highlight this Jupyter Vidya. When you click here, you can see the CSS part here. The rules are here. Let's change the color from here. Let's pick some other color. Once you pick here color, the color is modified here. You can see. Remember, this will not modify in the server. Because the page is downloaded to my browser. So this testing and this we can do here, but it will not affect globally. Means for other people, they cannot see this. Let's see here. Now color is changed. If I refresh this page, the property, this I'll lose the CSS part. Again, it will be in the old this way, this format. again it will come in the original format. So you can always right click, inspect, and click here and see the CSS here, and then do some testing here how it will look. See here, color is modified here. So you can see so many classes and IDs are here, and we must know how to read this code. Then only we can do web scraping. It will be easy to understand.